Want to let you guys know that the Booster Shack is open for business this evening. Please stop by and buy some food or something to drink. All proceeds from the Booster Shack support Portsmouth Athletics. Back deep for Portsmouth, Carson Canini and Neil Tolson. Number 7 gets ready for the kickoff for the Bulldogs. Neil Tolson on the return.
Hey, you're on the sideline, make sure you shoot like the aim, right? Second string, stay close to me. Second string, stay close to me.
Tolson under center.
Error! Screen's dark.
Dylan Brondares, your ball carrier, picks up a couple. Second down 8. Tolson on the keeper. Third and 6. Brondares goes up the middle. And that is enough for a Portsmouth. Yeah. Tolson on the keeper.
Everything's going. The screen is dark.
Peter Rectus on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
His looks good.
Rondaris. Dylan picks up a couple. Tolson on the keeper. Andre Adams providing the tee for Westerly, and that'll bring up a fourth down. The punter, Lance Williams, back for Westerly. Takes a Portsmouth bounce. Jack Boutte taking care of the ball for Portsmouth. Zach Tuck, the ball carrier. Neil Tolson on the tackle for Portsmouth. Second down and a long 5. Lance Williams, quarterback on the keeper. He goes up the middle. Brought down by George Smith. Third and 3. Yeah, we can get loud for our defense right now. Zach Tuck breaks tackle, brought down by Neil Tolson. That run will be enough for a Westerly first down. Tuck on the carry again for Westerly. Red Swarm. Second down, 7. Jackson Mello providing the D. Third and 4. Third down is the loud down. Back tuck to ball carry. He is met immediately by the Red Swan, led by Parker Daigle and Swan. Wesley will go for it on 4th. First and 10 balls outside the 20. Drop tuck. Huntley Almeida right on top of that. Westerly calls a timeout. Lance Williams, your ball carrier for Westerly. Carson Canini leading the way for the Red Swan. Third and 6. Dylan Branderes on the tackle for the Red Swan. Brings up a 4th down, and Westerly will set up for a field goal. Andrew Pitzeka. That kick is up and good. Neil Tulson and Carson Canini back deep for Portsmouth. Bozek will set up for the kick for Westerly. About 25 clicks left in the first quarter. Carson Canini on the reception. Carson Canini. There goes Carson Canini. Touchdown, Portsmouth. Attempt by George Smith is no good. Don't forget to give it up for our Portsmouth cheer team. Emily Toner and Phoebe Tavares are the captains. We're leading that squad, always on the job. Portsmouth cheer.
Hey, do not take ourselves out of control.
Terrell Hill and Zach Tuck back deep for Westerly. And that ball is down 14. Griffin Aldridge falls on the ball for Westerly. throw is incomplete. Nelson, your intended receiver. Carson Panini on the coverage for Portsmouth. That'll bring up second down and 10. Back tuck, the ball carrier, he's thrown out wide. Pushed out of bounds by Jack Mello and Carson Panini. And that brings us to the end of quarter number 1.
Hello one, hello all, and here I am, folks. What a first quarter. I was there with you. You just couldn't hear me. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True behind the lens. We are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio. We knew this was going to be a big one, folks. Bulldogs versus Patriots. This is the first division game for both squads, and both of these two teams are in 2B and are going to vie for the top seed in Division 2B. There is no doubt about that. Bulldogs extremely fortunate. That extra point could loom large, folks. Obviously, Andrew Petracca is capable of kicking field goals. He's got one under his belt, and now they're only down by 3. Got to tighten up special teams. You can't answer any better than the Patriots did. Coming into this game, last week the Patriots played their non-league game versus North Kingstown. Wesley played down a level versus Chariho. One game went the other, but they did hold their own against North Kingstown, who's one of the, quote, Power 4. So coming in, we knew that the Patriots are what they appear to be. They're going to be tough defensively, and they run a very similar offense to the Bulldogs. So here we are, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, 42-yard line, and the score is 6-3. We got Williams in the backfield, tucked behind Williams. Nelson near side wide. Calling out the cadence and the snap. And he rides the stomach, gives it to Tuck quick off the edge. Cuts back inside and powers his way forward for about 4 yards. And that's what's been the case so far, and that's okay. If he can truck his way through, and I'll tell you what, he has the capability, even on runs like that, if you try to arm tackle, he is going to bounce right off of you and take off he's like a racehorse. 2nd down and 5 to go. This is going to be a bruising type of game. They knew that. Wesley is clearly capable of opening up, and I'm sure they're going to want to do that at some point. But they definitely had to bring it tonight. Friday Night Lights in Portsmouth. The weather is absolutely beautiful. There is no better place to be. And every league game is a big game, but folks, this one's even bigger than normal. It just happens to be the first one of the year. So it's which team is ready earlier, really. Williams out of the gun. Inside motion. Powers. The snap. He's going to keep it. He showed that a little bit early. Trying to get to the edge. No room. Cuts back and gains about nothing. Possibly a yard loss. Tucked it a little bit early on that one, and the defensive end flattened out for the Patriots, not really giving him any room to go. So that's going to leave 3rd down and about 6 yards to go, a long 6 for the Bulldogs. They're at about the 46-yard line. Heading out, we had just started the scoreboard on the 2nd quarter, which is not quite accurate, but that's what we're going to roll with for now. 6-3 the score, quarter number 2, folks. Bulldogs versus Patriots, Division 2B action. The Bulldogs coming off their victory versus a rival Chariho last week. It was a good game, and they had some stuff they had to sew up, so it was a good game to show what they had to work on. And thus far in the first quarter, folks, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say what didn't happen, and that's a good thing. So out of the gun, here's some motion coming our way. Levels off on the inside, back to pass, 3-step up, screen pass, caught. Up the middle he goes, powers his way forward. Nice play by the Bulldogs. That's good for a 1st down. They're going to move the chains. Well-run screen, well-timed by that offensive line. led by Mitch McLeod, two-way lineman, All-Stater last year. Huge reason, him and Tucker hand in hand. The two junior All-Staters last year are really the two key cogs. Williams is obviously there. Those three horsemen are really the key cogs returning from last year that run this engine. And as McLeod goes, Tuck goes. As Williams goes, Tuck goes. They're all going hand in hand, and they look good today. They've looked good on their first possession as well. Moving along here, 1st and 10. 2 wide to the near side. Tuck to the left. Correction, to the right. 1 wide far side. 2 deep for the Patriots. Rolling on the near side. He's going to throw near side sideline. Makes the catch. Knocked out of bounds. Nice play. Nice throw by Williams on the run. And they're going to run it. Kept inbounds on that one. Nice first down play for the Bulldogs. And that's going to bring up 2nd and short. A short 8 gain on the play. Approaching 10 minutes in quarter number 2. Both teams know how big of a game it is. And it's a big game defensively for Ben Gorman. Made a number of big plays last year. Obviously, the coach even said he's a future Division I football player. He had a very good first game against Charahoe. He is a huge component on their defense as well, as far as allowing opposing offenses to do what Williams likes to do to defenses. And he gives that one to Tuck, comes to the near side, powers his way inside the tackle, just looking for the 2. But man, is he a force. If he lowers his head, he is going to get 2 or 3 more yards. That should move the chains. And it will, so the Bulldogs will march on. And a very nice drive thus far. Powers doing a lot of slide motion, a lot of inside blocking. Nice job by him as well for the Bulldogs, wearing number 33. I'm going to say it's Luke Nelson. I have him as number 3, but I do have a much better roster in front of me. Much better situation this week, folks. So hopefully I can give you a more intimate call, names, numbers, as far as all of that goes. It's much easier with it in front of you, let me tell you. In the backfield, trips to the far side, Tuck to the left. Wide side trips. Good protection so far for Williams as well. And he drops back. Under pressure there, I shouldn't open my mouth. He's able to turn and throw, but has to throw it away. As soon as I open my mouth, here comes the Portsmouth defensive line. They rushed off the far side and was able to get it inside the tackle. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down for the Bulldogs. And both teams, like I said, similar style offense. Bulldogs right now, again, have command of time of possession, which is going to be big in a game like this. Portsmouth has quick striking ability as well. There's no question about that. Number 12, Thomas Hurd at quarterback. I'll get more to their offense, but right now, while the Dogs are moving, we will focus on them. John Sullivan, a huge piece of this whole puzzle as well, offensively and especially defensively, in my opinion. He is huge on the defensive side for the Bulldogs. Motion. And this is a jet sweep. And he gives it to him on the far side. Running off the edge, and they're able to make a decent gain on the play. Let's see where the mark is.
Brought down by Neil Tolson and Huntley Almeida.
It's going to be, I think they're going to give him a 1st down on it. So the Bulldogs marching along, not a 1st down yet. Big series here, big play for the Bulldogs as they put something together in the huddle. A 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
Help on the defense, we would appreciate it.
Around the 25-yard line, there's a stoppage in play and a timeout on the field. I knew it was a big play here, folks. This is a huge drive. Bulldogs draw first blood with off the foot of Petroska, a beautiful field goal, but quickly answered by the Patriots. Special teams, but they came back and swung. They give up a touchdown on the kick return, and then special teams on the extra point for the Patriots fails. So now we have a 6-3, 1-possession game, a field goal game. Bulldogs are nearing field goal area for Petroska's foot. But right here we have a 3rd down and 6 to go, and they obviously want to get closer. They'd want to center it, and clearly they're not even thinking that. They're thinking 1st down. I believe the timeout was called by the Patriots. We have 8:19 to go in quarter number 2 from Portsmouth High School. Patriots hosting our Westerly Bulldogs. First league game of the season for both squads. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True behind the lens. We have Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. This production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, Wireless Zone, the Knickerbocker Music Center Live, Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee, Lori Wycall for Westerly School Committee, and Caswell Cook for State Senate. And the teams take the field as we're about to resume play. And a big play it is. 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. 4 down territory without a doubt. Coach Dunbar fears no 4th down. I have learned that, and that's really exciting. I like it. Motion on the play. To the far side. Keeps it rolling to the near side, puts it in the air, and it overthrows his target. Let's see what the coach is going to do. Big call here, even bigger. And what can he come up with? I'm sure he already had an idea in mind. I know he did, in fact. There's always a play ahead. It's a chess match in case that was incomplete. What do? He had a few things in mind, and they're going to go in with it now as Williams speaks with the coach. So the biggest play thus far here as we move along of a day of big plays. 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Approaching the Patriot red zone. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 wide receivers to the far side. Nelson near side. Sullivan tuck in the backfield. Claps, gets the ball, 2-step drop, rolls to the far side, looking, good coverage by Portsmouth, good blocking by this offensive line. They've given him a ton of time. He's been to both ends of the field. He's got to tuck and go now, and what a tough run it is. I didn't think he had a shot, folks. He's still on his feet. Holy smokes, he had nowhere to go. He worked his way all the way to the far side, came back all the way to the near side. Great blocking by that offensive line to allow him to do all of that after he gained about 3 yards, folks. 3-4 Portsmouth defenders. You had to see it. He cuts inside, somehow worms his way forward for an enormous 1st down in the red zone. Biggest play of the day, a momentum stealer. Takes it right back from that kick return for a touchdown. The Bulldogs do it right there on 4th down. I told you Coach Dunbar had a plan. He stuck with a plan. What a plan it was. Powers in the backfield, tucked behind him. And now I am amped up, folks. Let's go. Power backfield for the Bulldogs. Made his way all the way inside the 10. 1st and goal. And to the near side, tuck comes. It's going to be hard on him. He falls forward and reaches. It's not quite there. The clock will run. He's inside the 1. 2nd down and goal from the half-yard line. Folks, with Williams and Tuck and Powers, I don't care which one you choose. Very tough task to stop right here. The Bulldogs are a-rolling. They have had the ball for the entirety of this 2nd quarter, folks. 5 straight minutes, and I think there was a minute they didn't even run the clock, to be honest with you. So 6-3 score. Bulldogs looking to take the lead here. We'll see as this game progresses if that extra point missed matters, and they usually do. So let's see if the Bulldogs special teams can be tight. Power eye, let's go. Let's get the lead here. Powers a great lead blocker, but he can carry as well. It's going to be Williams himself, and he's in. Touchdown, Westerly. The signal, no flags. I didn't want to say that at all, but so far this game has been a beauty. Discipline all day long. The Bulldogs take the lead again. It's going to give them a 9-6 lead temporarily, pending the extra point. A huge extra point, obviously. A 3-point lead, it can be tied off the foot of another player. 4-point lead, you got to get in the end zone. So this 4-point advantage is an odd number and a huge number for the Bulldogs as they set up for the extra point. Williams is the hands man, he's the quarterback, he's the holder. You want the best hands on your team holding the ball, and that's what's usually there. And the kick, Petroska up, and waiting for the signal. It looks good to me, folks. It is good. The score, Westerly 10, Portsmouth 6. Time of possession, advantage Westerly. Their offense has been efficient. Their offense they've been grinding. And I'll tell you what, you can't arm tackle Williams. You can't arm tackle Powers. You can't arm tackle Tuck for certain. And Williams Tuck really showed it the whole drive. But on that 4th down, Williams really showed you that. He is a powerful guy for his size, and he's not small by any means, but let me tell you, you got to get ready for a heavy load. If he lowers his head, and with his field vision, he's a running back there. So, and it shows. I have a lot of stats with me, folks, after week 1. And number 1 and number 2 for total yardage in the state are Westerly Bulldogs, and it's Lance Williams, who had Tuck had 192 total yards, and Lance Williams had 146 total yards. Behind them was Terrence Campbell out of LaSalle. But then behind that, you had a Coventry player, a couple of Coventry players. But needless to say, after week 1, 2 Bulldogs in the top 2 in the state. I got a lot of good stats here now that we're finally getting caught up. The Bulldogs set the kick here. And the kick, it's just short bouncer the way they wanted it, tougher to handle, less return possibility. And the Bulldogs wrap him up after about, well, try to wrap him, they do. Again, about 5 on the return, and that's where they're going to start. Not bad field position, about the 41-yard line for the Patriots. Some interesting stats I pulled up, too. Total yardage, obviously, passing yards, heavy advantage. Bulldogs don't have to worry about it until the playoffs, if they were to make it, is Daniel Wolf out of St. Raphael Academy. And they seem to be able to change their identity from year to year, from a heavy running team. This year they throw. He's 11 of 17 for 255 yards. Lance Williams he was 7th in the state with that was 41 yards. Just being able to throw the ball, it makes such a huge difference. Portsmouth out of the gun, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 wide receiver near side. 1st and 10, good starting field position. They trail by 4. Bulldogs offense and defense has played well. And he keeps it, dives forward. Nice job by the defensive line for the Bulldogs. Not much room, gain of about 2. Tried to squirm forward for whatever he could get. And a big roster this Patriot team brings. Holy cow. When I was printing it out, I thought my printer was making an error. They go from 1 to 100, and there's a player behind every number. And as you can see on the far sideline, that's the case. So fresh legs are not going to be an issue for this squad, I am sure. Westerly has plenty of players on their team, and I know that they are conditioned. So there is never going to be an advantage against the Bulldogs. This coaching staff conditioned this team as well as I've ever heard of a team being conditioned in the preseason. 2nd and 8, up the middle, keeps it. Option keeps it, and he's got room, and he's still on his feet. 1st down, and he's got more room. He's running away, and he is going to get wrapped up and taken down after a huge gain by number 4 for Neil Tolson for the Patriots. 1st down, and he's got more room. Tucked it and then had the option. He held the option. He's going to get wrapped up and taken down after a big gain all the way down to about the 21-yard line for the Patriots. I mean, that's a rule play defensively. You have a linebacker that's on the back. You have the end that's on the quarterback, and usually an outside linebacker on the pitch man, whatever it may pan out to be, whatever defense you're running. You have to follow your rule. If everybody follows their rule, everybody's covered. Just a little tweak by his arm as a fake pitch gave that quarterback gave him a lot of room to run. And here we go, 1st and 10, just about in the red zone. And 4. Hands it off, up to shoot. Bulldogs wrap him up. Short gain on the play, maybe for about a yard. So number 12, Thomas Hurd, had been heavy in the load a little bit at quarterback for the Patriots. Number 4 in now, Neil Tolson, the senior. And not a big gain. Nice job by the defensive line, who's played well all day. Like I said, that is a tough play to stop, seemingly, if you don't follow your rules. If you do, there's 1 player on every man, and somebody lost their assignment on that big play. And I told you the Patriots are big play capable all night long. The Bulldogs are going to have to bring it. I'm going to bring it for you guys. I had a quarter extra really to get amped up, so don't even worry. This is a huge game. He tucked early, so they should have him here. He's dancing around. There's nowhere to go. He showed that he was going to keep that ball early. Held that ball like a loaf of bread as well. He's got to be careful doing that because this Bulldog squad is trained to slap the ball away, and they will. And if he gives away the play that early, the defensive end and the outside linebacker and the linebackers in general should be able to see that. It was not much of a fake on the inside at all. He made a late look to the outside. There was really never a pitch man opportunity. So the Patriots, to run that effectively, all have to run discipline as well. 2 backs in the backfield. Number 4 out of the gun. 2 wide side, and he pulls it back, rolling to the near side. And he's going to take it himself, and he hits the ball ground, and the Bulldogs are going to wrap it up. Are they? They finally fall. Are they get up and move? Bulldogs ball, I said, last play, he was holding it like a loaf of bread, and the Bulldogs are trained to do that. And what do? They do that. They slap it free. Westerly ball, big turnover for the Bulldogs. And they will take it 1st and 10. And a huge, huge turn of events coming off of a fantastic touchdown drive for the Bulldogs. Their defense forces a turnover, and their defense has played well all day long. They really have. Their interior linemen have done a fantastic job. They give up that one play, and you're going to do that. That's going to happen again tonight. There's no question about it. If you can keep them out of the pylons, then it's okay. But the Bulldogs, Coach Dunbar runs a tight ship, and you cannot hold your ball out like that. Otherwise, he's going to take it from you. And that's what he trained his players to do. That's what they did. I'm excited. Bulldog ball, tuck in the backfield. Williams back at the helm. Here we go. Calling out the cadence. Number 22 looking to get a Bulldog to jump, and he may have just done that, but you can't do that. Bulldogs are clapping, so the Bulldogs are going to gain 5 yards. You can't bait an offensive lineman. Back in the day, you used to be able to. Can't do it anymore, folks. That was a long time ago, and I'm showing my age by even saying that, so I don't want to bring that up. So number 2 for the Bulldogs, running in the play, Michael Poole. And man, is he a two-sport star. Hero, Game 3, state championship in the spring for the baseball team. What a team, what a year they had. This Bulldog sports teams have provided us with such excitement. And this fall, folks, they're all good. It's unbelievable. Every team in contention, every team with state title aspirations. Bulldogs out of the eye. Powers in front. Going to go to tuck behind Powers. And it was just inside the tackle, not a lot of room. He gained about 2 more yards, maybe 3. This Patriot interior 8 is a stout force, without a doubt. They only gave up 7 to North Kingstown in the first half last week. I mean, that's a good half of football. North Kingston being in that Power 4 Elite Division 1. So if them doing that, and then they end up 20-0 final, and that's nothing to shake a stick at. Wesley had a bite at them for a half earlier on in the year, and they held their own as well. So I knew coming into this game, these teams were matched up extremely evenly in the state rankings. One's got Portsmouth a tick ahead of the Bulldogs. One's got the Bulldogs a tick ahead of Portsmouth. We're going to find out in the next 2.5 quarters, folks, because what a game. And the Bulldogs have controlled this entire second quarter. We are approaching 2 minutes. Far side, Williams. He's going to let it go. Up the sideline, he's going to overthrow his target, and that's going to be incomplete. Good blocking by the offensive line on the edge, though. Williams had time. Throwing on the run. 2:37 to go. 10-6 Wesley. Quarter number 2. Portsmouth High School. Wesley.live. Wesley.radio. Bringing you the first league game of the season, and what a big game it is. I mean, it really is just a huge game for both squads. Bulldogs next week host Barrington. They get no relief. Their first home game of the season. Barrington's coming to town, and they're no joke to deal with either. But we're dealing with Portsmouth right now. They're here and now. 3rd down and about maybe 5, along 4 yards to go. Out of the gun. Tuck along with him. He's going to block. Back to pass. 2-step drop. Throws it quick, and it is going to be incomplete. And it is going to bring up 4th down deep in their own area. This is definitely a punting situation for the Bulldogs, and hopefully a field position pusher. So a good job by the Patriot defense, not allowing any points off the turnover. But what the Bulldogs did do was possess the ball for longer. And if you possess the ball, the other team can't possess the ball. And if you have more points at that point, you win. And so the formula is there. Bulldogs defense going to have to step up again before the half. And then the Bulldogs going to get the ball at the half. And near a block by the Patriots, it's up. It's not a long kick to about midfield. Where's it going to bounce? The Bulldogs bounce. Big Bulldogs bounce. And beautiful bounce for the Bulldogs down to about the 35. They're fortunate it was near midfield when they hit the ground. Nice job by the Bulldogs special teams. So since the kick return, the rest of the special teams for the Bulldogs has been doing okay. The score 10-6, 2:27 to go. Plenty of time for Portsmouth. Plenty of time for the Bulldogs, too. In reality, we've seen 1 timeout thus far this game, the Bulldog timeout, so we have the 2-minute warning on board as well. This production, folks, is brought to you in part by the Knickerbocker Music Center Live, Wireless Zone, McQuaid's Ace Hardware. 1st and 10. 2:19 to go. Quarter number 2. Portsmouth High. Westerly Bulldogs versus Portsmouth 2B action. Division 2B action. Full backfield for the Patriots. Out of the gun. And he keeps it himself. He likes it. Pulls it off the edge. And he's going to run forward for a nice gain on the play. And number 4 for the Patriots, Tolson, doing a nice job He's reading that hole off the tackle, and he's running low. He almost looks like he's just going to cut the edge and dive, but he's running low, keeps his balance, and he got a good 7-8 yards on that play. And that's going to bring it to 2 minutes, and they're going to run another one. A smart play by the Patriots, quickly back to the line. 2nd and 1. And he keeps it again, and he's on the move, folks, and finally wrapped up by number 1, Rextus, possibly saving a touchdown. When your safety's making the tackle, you got to make adjustments. There's no doubt about that, and the Bulldogs are going to have to do that right now. Obviously, number 4 has seen a little bit of a gap, and there's a timeout on the field. That's the 2-minute warning. The clock is running still on the field. 1:43 to go. 1:43 to go. That was your 2-minute warning. 10-6. The Patriots on the move, folks. They have moved the chains quickly this drive. There was 2:19 to go when they got it, and they're already on the Bulldogs side of the field. 1st and 10 at about the 42-yard line. A beautiful night for football. And as I said, the Bulldogs have no relief after this game. This is going to be a bruising, full 48-minute football game, folks. And it is the only. And then they come home and they get no treat. They get Barrington comes to town, and Barrington won last week. They're 1-0 as well, and they reside in Division 2B as well. They had a division game last week and won. There's a few games obviously going on tonight. And the Patriots are back at the line, and here come the Bulldogs. 1:43 to go in the second. Timeouts are on board for both teams. Right now, the Bulldogs aren't thinking timeout. They're thinking stop. They got to figure out this triple option here. And does he give it? He does. It's up the middle, and the Bulldogs were waiting for the quarterback, and they left a gap up the middle, and that's the triple option for you. That's the magic of it. If you start to work one way, the adjustment on the defense goes there and creates another hole. Right now, the Patriots are marching, 2nd down and short, very short 2, 1 even, and they're quickly back to the line. Number 2 back at quarterback. They have a two-headed mount. They have a series of people. Number 4 on the ground. He keeps himself far side, and he's going to get it up in the air. And that ball is almost picked off. It is. No, it isn't. It hits the ground. Nice D for the Bulldogs. Hill almost comes up with it. Does hit the ground. Either way, good defense by the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 2. I shouldn't say either way. That was enormous if it would have been a pick. 3rd down and about a yard to go. So, I mean, the key with the triple option, folks, is kind of like the key with defending the Bulldogs. They have a triple option almost as well. They just don't run a pitch man on the outside of Williams. It's like the Nebraska old school in the 90s, Tommy Frazier style offense is what we're watching out of the Patriots. I think it's because they're wearing red. Maybe that I'm reminiscing and I'm old again. But that was a beautiful offense. That was a historical offense at the time. And they're running it right now, the Patriots, and they're running it pretty well on this drive. But the Bulldogs have played a very good half defensively. So they can't stand firm here. Keeps it up the middle. He goes, follows his lead blocker, and he's still on his feet, folks. Tackled from behind as he rumbles his way. Neil Tulsa, humbles his way forward inside the red zone for the Patriots. No answer on the field right now for the Bulldogs. This might require, there's going to be a timeout on the field. They're going to try to clearly make an adjustment before the half here. 1:04 to go. I mean, as the Patriots are marching here, the Bulldogs are going to have time with the ball. But this is going to be a major halftime discussion, clearly, is defensively. The Bulldogs offense has played well. They really have. They've played penalty-free. They've played turnover-free. They've had a very good game offensively. And up till this drive, they've played a very good game defensively. This is a very efficient Patriot offense we're watching right now. It's a very difficult offense to stop. It's a rule offense. Someone's got to be on the backup to shoot. Someone's got to be on the quarterback. And that means no matter where the quarterback goes, he can either hand it off, he can tuck it and roll out, he can tuck it, roll out, and pitch, or he can tuck it and follow his lead man up to shoot. So he's really got a fourth option he just showed us on that last play, because he tucked it and he didn't even follow around with the option. He just ran and followed his running back right up the middle. Bulldogs weren't ready for it. A well-run play, well executed. This offense is moving right now. So here we go. 1st down in the red zone. They're at about the 14-yard line here. And we have 1:04 to go in the half. Bulldogs 10-6 lead, trying to hang on to it. Up to shoot they go, and the Bulldogs stay firm. Defensive line, beautiful play. Number 51, Zach Morin, captain, leading the way for this Bulldog defensive line. Well, there's several players that lead the way for the defensive line. He held his own on that play for the Bulldogs. Right back to the line are the Patriots, no huddle. Out of the gun. The snap. He keeps it, back to pass, he goes, and the Bulldogs, can they get him to the ground? And his knee hit, blown down, and they do. Beautiful job, what a play by this Bulldog defense. He wanted to throw it away, and the Bulldogs just hung on long enough to get his knee to hit the ground before he could release that ball. Timeout, Portsmouth. What a turn of events, holy smokes. Folks, they just went from the 14-yard line, 1st and 10, all the way out to the 30. That is huge. That's a 15-yard loss for the Patriots and a huge opportunity for the Bulldogs with 25 seconds here to hold a lead. Not only a lead, to steal momentum back, to hold momentum going into the half. The defensive line absolutely ferocious on that play. Led by their captains, Zachary Morin, Mitch McLeod, linebackers John Sullivan, Powers. They lead the way all the time. I didn't have an opportunity really to get to some of the individuals they have on this squad that comprise what could be a state championship team. Right now, you have 2 teams, like I said, that are battling all year long for that number 1 spot. This is huge, and it's very early. These teams have not, say, played 3 or 4 games to gel. So this comes down to really who had the best preseason, who got, and I know that Coach Dunbar did. I'll tell you that right now, because the preseason he ran, I was told about, and holy cow, any men would be ready. Back to pass, huge play here. He's going to put it up deep near sideline. There's somebody there, and it's not going to be anybody there. Double team for the Bulldogs. Never had a chance. Beautiful defense. One over the top, one underneath, almost as though they knew exactly what route he was going to run. It went from 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 14 for the Patriots to 4th down and 20-something. Way out of the red zone at the 30-yard line. So they have about 4th and 26. I don't know. What do you do here? There's 15 seconds. You're out of field goal range for a high school kicker, unless you're maybe down in Texas or something. But they're out of field goal range clearly here. They're going to run a play, throw a Hail Mary, and really the offense is thinking, honestly, they're hoping for a penalty. They're going to throw it up and hope the defense gets too aggressive or something goes wrong and they get a free 1st down. He's going to run it that way, cuts back for the pass. He's going to load it up there. So he's lofting it up. Now the defense has got a lead receiver on, and it is batted away. Beautiful job by the Bulldog defense. And it is a touchback pick. It was intercepted. And on 4th down with no time left in the second quarter, it's okay to pick it off, especially when you're in the end zone. They say you never intercept a 4th down. Well, I disagree. If that ball's coming down in an end zone, in your own end zone, you secure that son of a gun to make sure it doesn't bounce anywhere and go to the Portsmouth Patriots. What a job defensively by this Bulldog team to end the first half, folks. Fireworks to end the half from 1st and 14 to giving up no points. 10-6 lead going into the half. They're going to take a knee right here, folks. 2 quarters of play in the books. Bulldogs 10, Patriots 6. The Bulldogs are going to have the ball coming out of the half. They're going to make some adjustments, folks. You saw a really good job by the drive by the Patriots, but you know what? You saw a bend but don't break defense by this Bulldogs team. Great coaching, great playing by the players on the field, folks. It's interior 8 has done a great job. They've done a great job in coverage. I mean, this Patriot offense, I've seen like the triple option clearly, but he can also drop back to pass off of it. You have to have a very high IQ defensively to stop this offense, and the Bulldog coaching staff has instilled that in this Bulldog squad. They have it. Let's see what adjustments they make going into the second half, folks. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa and True behind the lens. We are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio, live at Portsmouth High School. First league game of the season, folks. Bulldogs versus Patriots. It means more than you think. To go 0-1 in the league versus either one of these teams, this is going to matter at the end. Will that missed extra point matter, folks? I'm not going to let you forget about it. Will the touchdown on special teams matter? That happened too. Those things come back to haunt teams. Can the Bulldogs hold firm, come out of there half of the touchdown with some points on the board and really claim dominance and claim momentum? We'll see. We will be right back, folks, with all the action. Wesley.live.
Lila Kerwin, please report to your duty for WPHS Live. Ladies and gentlemen, your Portsmouth High School cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, your Portsmouth High School cheerleaders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the best halftime show in the land coming up.
Wow. Wow.
Tonight's halftime show features some of the music from the king of rock and roll. That's Elvis, for you youngins. You will hear selections including Can't Help Falling in Love, Hound Dog, and Jailhouse Rock. Portsmouth High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Ted Roush.
Two paper bags right there.
Yeah, I saw you bring them. I know.
Are they over there?
Yep.
I'm sorry, what?
Thank you, guys.
Drum majors, is the band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis is back in the building. Here comes the hound dog. Check that. That was Heartbreak Hotel. Your drum majors this year are Miss Tara Foster Wake, Zanny, and Ben Norris.
Yeah, it's hot, but there's nothing to do about it. I thought the teams have, hopefully, it's the penalty you
That's the best music I heard. It's like,
the other right side this is working out well, so we are able to very helpful.
I want to give a shout out to our boy Lance Nordhill out there, who's always like paying attention to the game, getting the stats. Yeah, Lance.
We are back, everybody. Second half action, just moments away. What a game, what a beautiful night here at Portsmouth High School. Huge game, Division 2B rival, Portsmouth versus Bulldogs. Top tier 2B teams, no question about it. This is going to loom large at the end of the season as far as postseason goes. The Bulldogs with a 10-6 lead, and they're going to take the squib kick up the middle to start the second half. Bulldogs secure it, and they even gain a couple on it. And that seems to be the approach a lot of teams are taking. Now, rather than taking that risk of that home run return with your best hands man getting full speed and having to try to stop them as a kick team, having one of those either low liners that can get easily bobbled or to one of those dry spots on the field where it may not even be covered up. You got a couple of speed men on the kick team, they could even arrive first. So there's turnover possibilities. You see a lot of that style kicking. Either way, Westerly.live, Wesley.radio, bringing it to you folks. Second half, huge half, biggest half of the season for the Bulldogs. Every half gets that way, but this half is enormous. And then that makes next week even bigger versus Barrington. Here we go, under center to start the half, Williams. Now, this offensive and defensive line has just done fantastic tonight, and I'm not going to not give them credit for it by any reason. Hand off the tuck. He's got space off the tackle, inside tackle, and that's a great play. First down for the Bulldogs as he trucked his way forward for about 8 yards on the play. Now, the Bulldogs offensive line, the key cog returning is Mitch McLeod, 6'1", 240, two-way, all-state as a junior, and he's a huge reason, along with Tuck, those two all-state partners I talked about earlier. But on the line with him is Zach Morin. He's a 4-year starter, a fantastic center. Guards Rico Spizzato and Andre Adams, and tackle Brian Allen. You got Jimmy Powers coming off of surgery, huge hitter, great blocker, he carry the ball and catch as well, and you got Poole at tight end, and you know he can play under pressure. Bulldogs, 2nd down and 2. Out of the gun. And he's going to roll to the far side. Throws it, and it is caught on the sideline for a Bulldog. It's the ground. And that is going to be incomplete, 3rd down. So the Bulldogs first 3rd down here. And as I said, the first half, I mean, who am I to give any grades or do anything like that? But really the offense and defense of this Bulldog team, considering their opponent, I give them an A. It's game 2, and there were a lot of little things that needed to be shored up last week. And, man, in this first half, I know it's 10-6. I know it's a one-possession game, but it's against a really quality team on the road. 2nd game on the road. And it's such a huge challenge. So that's a great half for the Bulldogs, offensively and defensively. Special teams, unfortunately, that's the only reason it's a one-possession game. I can't give them an A. We'll let them play the whole game before I even think to grade them. Back under center. Two wide receivers far side, Tuck in the backfield, and he's going to get it right up to Scoot, shakes, twists, squirms his way, and it's going to be close. Williams signaling first down. We'll see for the spot. And obviously the Patriots are saying no. It could bring up a 3rd down. And they could call for the change here. So either way, it's my thinking that Coach D, they're going to call for the change out on the field. Let's see what the yardage is for the Bulldogs here. And they're bringing out the chains. Let's see what the chains say. And I think they got it, and the nose might touch it. It's really close, folks. Look how close he's looking. He's going to grab it. It's going to be 4th and a smithereen. They're saying it's not touching it. They're showing the coach even. That's how close it is, folks. They can see light in between it, so there's movement. 4th down. Really, you got to just not lose yardage. It's hard to not want to keep it in Williams' hands, even with Tuck momentum. It's a tough decision here because both of them are fully capable here of getting an inch or two, and to hand it off deeper puts you back even further than that inch. Like if you hand it off 2 yards in the backfield, you got to get 2 yards in an inch. So, I mean, that's the thought process. Let's see what they do. Huge play, folks. 4th and inches. First drive of the second half. 10-6 Westerly. First is the Patriots at the Patriots home field here, folks. Under center Williams. In motion for the Bulldogs. Nelson. And he stays, keeps it up to shoot. It's going to come down to the spot. I think they got it with his foot on the original spot coming from the sideline. I don't think there's much of a question about it. There's not going to be a measurement. And they have it. First down, Westerly. Westerly is going to be a tough team all year long to stop anywhere from within 4 yards, let alone within inches. Great job by this offensive line of moving this defensive line of the Patriots. This defensive line is tough. And now remember what I said about last week in the Patriots. They played a 7-0 first half against North Kingstown. That's an extremely good half. I don't know if North Kingstown just wore them down or what happened in the second half, but I know that Westerly is capable of wearing a team down. And in this drive right here, if they sustain it, man, can this be a momentum grabber. Shotgun, deep tuck. He's going to give it to him. He is. He lays it out there early. Tuck cuts back up to shoot. Not a lot of room. Pushing the mass pile forward. Number 51, Morin, trying to give him every inch he can get. And leading the way, getting off the ground first. At last is McLeod. So he's going behind his horses. 2nd down and about 8. Not much room on that one. That was kind of just laid out there for him. Read well by the defense. Big conversion for the Bulldogs. They've had a lot of 4th down conversions already on the season. This team, the difference I'm seeing today from last week is it's unbelievable. It really is. I thought they could be seemingly in trouble, and they've played just fantastic in my opinion, and I really see them moving forward here. 2nd down and 8. They are not tired. They've got Tuck in the backfield. Williams under center, trips wide side, and he's going to give it to Tuck again, up to shoot, and he falls to the back, and not going to gain any yards. That was whistled dead, I believe. And it's going to be a false start on the Bulldogs, and that's going to back them up to 2nd down and about 13 now. So they're going to replay the down, and that's the first flag, I believe, on the day. I don't want to speak too much of him and give him any bad food, Jew, but that's going to back them up a little bit. 2nd and about 14. And they're at about the 45-yard line. So let's see if this offensive line can sustain some movement here. They've done a great job. And it's a big possession, because if you can get your way in the end zone, that 4-point lead suddenly turns into 11, which is a full 2-possession lead. And that means with a 2-point conversion and a field goal, So back, rolling, far side. Steps up, avoids some trouble, but he can't get by the second man, and down he goes, losing a few more yards. Sacked is Williams. Excited on the Patriot defense. I got him highlighted, number 22, Ingram Spears. Running back, free safety, steps up for the Patriots, brings up 3rd and long. Now, this is a real big play for the Patriots defense. I mean, talking about momentum steal and momentum and at field position. Now you're talking reality and numbers. Now you've backed them up. They were near midfield. So if you can hold them back here, you're going to get the ball. Who knows? But backing up your opponent's obviously always the best thing. I expected to see more people on hand. I really did here, folks. That night is gorgeous. It's a huge game. If you were in Westerly, there would be absolutely nowhere to stand. There is no question about that. A lot of loyal Westerly fans in the stands on site. Westerly brings it. The crowd brings it. And here we go. 3rd and long. 2 wide side. Williams in the backfield. We're going to bring the 3rd man over. And it's a wheel route. He's going to throw to him, coming up the sideline, cuts inside to him, and seemingly like a screen, but he's going to get caught from behind. Short gain on the play, and they're going to have to punt this one away. 4th and long. I mean, the play ran as it was written up, but a couple of linebackers tracked it, and it was a short gain. 4th and about 14 yards, and let's see if they can get a nice punt off the foot of Tyler Rafferty, number 10, their senior punter. Got a beautiful bounce off a punt when they were going left to right last quarter in the 2nd quarter. It landed about midfield and went about 15 more yards, 14 I think it was. And now the Bulldogs offense in game 1 versus Charahoe had over 400 yards. You didn't really realize that. And that punt waved for a fair catch at about the 30-yard line, so not a bad job by the Bulldogs. 30-yard line is not too bad. And that's where the Patriots, at 29 even, that's where the Patriots are going to take residence and start their drive in this defensive line. Has bent but not broken all day long. They've not given up a point. As you see, number 72, McLeod. You got number 68 walking in on the field. Who's a 4th? That's Jose Huerta on the field at defensive tackle for the Bulldogs. And to the line, the Patriots. Full backfield. Tolson getting his guys ready. Takes the snap. And he's found his first man up the middle. A little bit of room. He's still chugging forward, though, folks. Man, he dragged a few defenders. 14, number 68. And then for the Bulldogs, finally, Sullivan able to put him down to the ground. But when your quarterback can drag people like that, that's a nice first down gain. And all he did was pull it back from number 6, I believe, Michael Archer, another senior running back for the Patriots, and then followed him right up the chute, showing yet another option, another wiggle off of that. Off the initial formation. Out of the gun. 3 backs. And he's going to pull it and go to the far side. He's keeping it the whole way. Cuts inside the tackle, and he's still on his feet, folks. Rolling his way forward. And a late hit, I think. You don't want to see that. There's the flag. There's the frustration. That's undisciplined football by the Bulldogs. That is a momentum killer. Officially now, folks, momentum's on the side of the red. They're losing on the scoreboard, but that right there changes everything. Yes, you were giving up yardage, you were bending, but you've shown the ability as a defense, as a Bulldog defense, to step up and end a drive. You've ended drives in your own red zone at the 14-yard line. There is no need to get so frustrated that you make a hit that late that I can call before the officials. Because if I'm calling it before then, it really happened. And there's no need for that. Lay it so far away from the play, no defense. We're going to move on. There was only one penalty on the day prior to that. It was a false start. It's been a clean game. And then that personal foul changes the field 100%. Patriots first and 10. And they are now in the red zone. Well, nearing the red zone. They're at about the 29-yard line. And he's going to give it to him up to shoot. Not a lot of room. Defensive line still getting pushed back by the offensive line of the Patriots. Gained about 4 yards. Number 78, Brian Allen, getting up last for the Bulldogs at the bottom of the pile. Nice job getting down there. But right now, I had mentioned earlier, maybe the Bulldogs would wear down this Patriot team. Maybe they got tired against North Kingstown. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't think that's the case. They're here for the second half, folks. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs drive didn't work out, and now the Patriots drive is in looming large because of that penalty. So, 2 backs in the backfield. I've been saying 3 all day. It's really just a wing. And he is going to keep it himself. He's coming off the far side, and he's got room off the edge. There is nobody there. No flags on the field. Defense needs to make an adjustment. Lead goes into the Patriots' hands as the score will pop to 12-10. He's got room off the edge. He had it all the way on that one, folks. No flags on the field. That's what Williams likes to see when he pulls it out of the tuck spread basket. Well, they fell victim to their own play. Down blocking, and there was just no edge defense for the Bulldogs. And that has been the problem, or there hasn't been a real problem because defense hadn't given up a touchdown, but they had given up yardage. And hoping that they had made the adjustment at the half, that number 4 wasn't going to be able to, Tolson wasn't going to be able to do damage on the ground. And that drive right there was the best drive of the day for the Portsmouth Patriots. Obviously capped off with a touchdown, extra point good, 13-10 lead for the Patriots. Big 15-yard penalty. It was on a first down, so it's not like it was on a fourth down or anything like that. Any 15-yard penalty is huge. Besides that, though, each play really was chunked off by Tolson himself. He's making wise decisions with the ball in his hand. He only held it out there that one time, those 2 times, and he hasn't made that mistake again. The Bulldogs haven't been able to get the ball to hit the turf, but they are going to receive again, and let's see if they made an adjustment offensively. And if they can answer the Patriots score here. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner Shane Belanger. We got Lisa and True behind the lens. We are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio. Folks, you better tune in, buckle up, go grab a refreshment, do whatever you have to do. This is a 4-quarter battle, folks. This is going to go for another 16 minutes and 47 seconds. Who knows, maybe longer. I knew before the game coming in, these 2 teams are similar. Onside style squib kick, scooped up well by the Patriots, by the Bulldogs number 2, Michael Poole, and he ain't afraid to run. He's going to take it forward, and he trucks his way forward to the 45-yard line. So right there, Westerly, pick your heads up. You're at the 45-yard line. Great starting field position. Brush off your backs. You made the mistake. You gave up the touchdown. It's over. It's in the past. Now you can start right there. All you need is 55 yards to answer with a touchdown. That's simple, right? A lot easier said than done against a Patriot defense as quality as they are. But the Bulldogs can take it right back here. They can answer. They're fully capable. They're a veteran football squad. Out of the gun, tuck in the backfield, trips near side, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he's riding the red bounce. He gives it to Tuck, trying to get to the edge, and he can't do it. Can't get by number 50 of the Patriots, who leveled off. That's Henry Rodriguez. He is the middle linebacker. He is their guard. He leads number 4 very often, and man, he is having a decent night for the Patriots, a good night for the Patriots. He just leveled off with Tuck that whole way. I mean, Williams had to wait a long time to even get a read to make the decision to give it to him or not, because neither thing was there. That's really, if your end crashes, then you keep it, but the end's not crashing. There's really no room for Tuck. So the defense made an adjustment for the Patriots at the half, and now let's see if the offense for the Bulldogs can make their adjustment on the fly. Flip the formation, trips far side. Out of the gun, Tuck behind. The clap, the snap, gives it to Tuck. Coming to the near side, he makes his cutback, and he's wrapped up and dragged down after a gain of about 3, almost a face mask. I didn't see any flag on the play, so there's not going to be one. And these Patriots, I don't know if they've been flagged yet. There's been very few flags on the game, and that's why you have such a close game. It's been very clean played, and one big mistake put that obviously that one drive, this last drive, the Bulldogs want to answer here. 3rd down and a long 7 to go for the Bulldogs. They like the formation, trips to the wide side. Got tucked behind Williams out of the gun. This offensive line is going to step up right here. I have a good feeling. Clap, snap, pulls it back. He's going to throw. He steps up. Ball's in the air. He overthrows his man. He overshot him. And honestly, he was covered. Number 50. Who else was in the area? Excuse me, number 55 for the Patriots was in the area. He would have caught it, and he would have been taken down right about that spot. And it would have been about 4 yards short of the first down. Maybe it would have caused a decision. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs have just squandered great field position. Momentum now is still on the side of the Patriots, who are working off the end of a touchdown drive and now 2 defensive stops. So they've opened this half. They stopped the Bulldogs. They went down the field. They scored a touchdown. Now they stopped the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs punt. Rafferty's kick is going to go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line where the Patriots will get started. So not a bad punt, not bad for the Bulldogs. The Patriots are going to get situated around the 30 going out. But as I said, this 3rd quarter has been all Patriots. 2:53 to go, 3rd quarter. Portsmouth High School, 2nd half, goes to the Patriots so far. We got a 13-10 Patriot lead. The Bulldogs defense is going to have to step up here. They're going to have to find an answer for number 4. Neil Tulson having a day for Portsmouth. Both of these teams are going to play the full 4. Neither team is going to get tired. I knew Westerly wasn't. I had to see how they came out, how Portsmouth came out of the half, and tired is definitely not an adjective I would give them. 2 backs in the backfield. Same formation all night long. Few different players, but same formation. Holds it out, gives it tucks. Bulls through the off tackle, cuts it up, and a 14, 15-yard gain on the play. He just pulled it back and followed him right off the outside shoulder of his guard inside to the tackle. And there's a lot of room, and there's a lot of good blocking going on that offensive line. He's got a couple of reads. I don't know if that's a predetermined. Well, I know that the initial transfer is not predetermined, but it sure looked like he knew he wanted to follow him, and he wasn't going to go off the edge. Right now, the Bulldogs got to tighten up on D. Can't afford to let the Patriots get in the end zone again here. Time of possession in the 3rd quarter, definitely a Patriot advantage. 2 backs in the backfield, number 1 and number 3. That's Con Heaney and Vout for the Patriots. Vout also plays quarterback. Tulson out of the gun, and he's going to keep it. Pitches out to the outside. Hasn't done it a lot today. He does it here. They look for the edge, and they have it. It's a foot race. And he's going to, there could be a face mask. And there is. He's all the way down to the 12-yard line. They're going to go half the distance to the goal. That was number 3, Jack Vout, who I just mentioned, who is also a quarterback. He is the pitch man on their option. They haven't pitched it, but they've had it all day. They've shown that play has really 3, 4. And if you drop back to pass out of the play action, 5, 6 different, 7 different variations and wiggles that they run out of it. And right now and somewhat all night, they've worked to an extent. They made a few adjustments at halftime, and now that extent is going the distance for the Patriots. The flag, however, and we're looking at it, is backing everybody up, and that is going to be a huge win for the Bulldogs. I mean, I was waiting for it to be official, and now I wanted it to be official before I opened my mouth, and it is. And it saves the touchdown for the Bulldogs. I thought it was a late face mask. It was all the way back. That edge, man, number 3, they have to find an answer for now, because obviously they've now shown what I hope is their final little wiggle out of that formation. So the Bulldogs have seen everything they can do. He can hand it off. He can pull and follow. He can pull and go off tackle. He can pull and go off tackle pitch. He can pull and go off tackle, pull back and throw. So you've seen it all from the Patriots. And you're only trailing by 3. We're under 2 minutes in the 3rd. Bulldog defense. No one moved. Nice job. What a hit. What a play defensively. Stepping up for the Bulldogs. Beautiful play, number 14. Why the Bulldog takes him down for a loss of about 3. And one of the bigger hits of the night for the Bulldogs. And that is a huge hello. We are still here. Only trailing by 3, and we got a 4th quarter to go. The Bulldogs may have lulled down a little bit here in the third, but that right there can ignite a football team. That can spark an explosion, low snap, and they hand it off up the chute, tries to cut to the outside, and gains a few yards back, maybe 1 yard past the original line of scrimmage. And that is going to be enough. Frustrated Bulldogs. And that is going to be marched off against the Bulldogs. And it is going to be now second down and about 6 to go. Not to kill any penalty hurts. Bulldogs need to answer, though. You're kind of giving back yardage that they just took away. And the clock is ticking, folks. I don't know. The second and third quarter, the 2 quarters I spent with you, I spend time speaking to myself quite often. But the 2 quarters I spent with you guys have flown by. This is ridiculous. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer owner Shane Belanger. We have True and Lisa behind the lens. Wesley.live, Wesley.radio. 2nd and 6, 13-10, Portsmouth Patriot lead over the Bulldogs. Division 2B battle here. And he keeps it off the tackle, far side, finds a hole again. He's on his feet, bulldozes his way. I got to see the marker, and that might move the chains, and it is going to for the Patriots. So after the big hit on first down, a Bulldog penalty, and then another big gain by Tolson. And that might wrap things up after they move the chains here in the third quarter with the Patriots moving. I don't know what the Patriots have as far as kicking ability, so I don't know if field goal range is even a range. Some teams just call it 4-down territory. The Bulldogs do have the luxury, as we've seen, of a kicker. That's why we're only down by 3 at the moment. That and a missed extra point by the Patriots. We know they're capable of doing that. They did hit the second extra point. And now we have 3 quarters in the books. The Patriots win quarter number 3 and take control, take the lead. I don't want to say take control, they take the lead. And this is an enormous drive, not just this game, this season. I'm telling you, folks, this game is going to come back. They're going to talk about it later in the year, one way or the other. It's going to be, it's a good thing or if we only had. And the latter one is a real pain in the butt to swallow late in season. So the Bulldogs need to win quarter number 4. We used to put our hands in the air, the coach with a 4, just to show that you're awake. You're there, you got energy. I know the Bulldogs are alive, and they're going to bring it, but they got to bring an answer to this drive. They got to bring it right now. 1st and 10 Patriots in Bulldog territory at about the 42-yard line. Patriots take the line. A full backfield for the Patriots. And he takes the snap, and he's going to give it away this time in this room, and he hits hard. And Aldridge takes him down, but enough before a gain of about 4. Sullivan, was on the tackle. So it brings up 2nd and a long 6 for the Patriots. And right now, the Patriots, the clock is their friend. With the lead and possession in the 4th quarter, the clock always becomes your friend. Every second that goes is a second the Bulldogs need to have the ball in their hands to take that lead back. In front of me, I got a whole board full of statistics. I got rankings. I got everything, and it's all for naught. I don't even need to share any of it, folks. This game has been way too tight for any of it to matter. It all comes down to who has the higher number on the board at the end here. Tolson. He keeps it. You knew the whole way. He follows his blocker. Bulldogs do a nice job of vacuuming up there. There's a gang of them. McLeod leading the way. Only a gain of a couple. The senior captain, All-Stater, takes charge and tries to put a halt to this Patriot drive. When I talk about 4-down territory, if you're in this position with a lead, if you're Coach Dunbar, yeah, it probably is, because he's not afraid of any 4 downs. But I don't know, if I think you got a 3-point lead and you're the Patriots, if this play doesn't go your way at all and you gain nothing, I'm kind of hopefully thinking maybe they'll try to bury the Bulldogs with a punt. I don't know. I'm not coaching. All I know is this is a huge 3rd down, and I know that Tolson likes to pull it back and likes to do it himself, because that's what he's done the majority of the time tonight. I would just spy him with 2 guys and hope they don't run that option pitch. That's not realistic. You can't just hope and unman anybody, folks. But I would send someone after him. And he keeps it right up the chute, and there's enough room, folks. He's still on his feet, and he's going to go the distance because he kept his feet moving. They tried to arm tackle into the end zone on 3rd down and 6 on what was a huge play. He goes all the way. No flags on this one. The Bulldogs aren't going to be saved by a penalty. And the Patriots have answered in this second half in enormous fashion. Into the end zone. They win the third quarter by a score of 7-0, taking a 3-point lead going into the fourth, and immediately put on 6 in the fourth quarter. So they have now answered with 13 points in the second half, pending this extra point. 10:07 to go in the fourth. The Bulldogs shaking their heads here, not knowing exactly what has hit them. The kick looks good from here, looking for the sign it's good. So a 14-0 second half by the Patriots, and that's what the Patriots fell victim to last week. They gave up 7 in the first half versus North Kingstown, and they gave up 13. They lost 13-0 in the second half. Well, it looks like they've made it a point probably all week long and at halftime to make that not the case here today, because there's a Bulldog team took the first half by a score of 10-7 or 10-6, and have been outscored 14-0 in just 14 minutes here in the second half. We are 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. The 12-minute third quarter, 2-minute fourth quarter, 14 minutes, 14 points for the Patriots, none for the Bulldogs. They're down by 10, and they need an answer, and they need it quick. They gotta put points on the board, but then you gotta have the answer to number 4. Tolson. You had to know before that play that Neil Tolson was probably going to pull it back and either shoot it right up the gut, what he's been doing, or follow it around the edge. He has pitched it 1 time this game. I know you still have to, you got to be responsible for the pitch at all times. You can't just say he had, but I don't know, maybe send somebody, or I don't know what you do there, but you got to do something because you kind of knew he was going to take it. And to have enough room to split the entire D for not only the 6 yards but a touchdown. The offensive line for the Patriots has answered and done a great job. That kick is going to go out of bounds, so it's going to give the Bulldogs a little bit of a field position boost to start here. The Bulldogs need an answer. They need to bring their fans back into this one, folks. So, big possession for the Bulldogs, folks. Westerly.live, Wesley.radio, bringing you all the, well, now it's looking into drama here. This is definitely drama. You have a 3-point lead turned into, you're losing by 10. The wheels are spinning off things here, and it's going to take this, the veterans on this team, the captains and these seniors. The Bulldogs have 13 seniors, 10 juniors, 8 sophomores, and 9 freshmen. So these 13 seniors, 10 juniors, they got to take control here. Williams rolling to the near side. Through the air, they want to do it. Nobody open. Nice ball behind his intended receiver. I mean, good blocking by that offensive line. That is A+ blocking. You can't blame. Great blocking by that offensive line. They let him roll all the way out, never under pressure, and that's not Williams' fault either. You watched him. He went through his reads. You know whose fault that is? That's the Patriots' defense. They're playing one hell of a second half, and there was great coverage on that play. Or even though the defensive line didn't penetrate, they still covered throughout that play, and he had nowhere to go. They were going to settle for, what, a 4-yard gain on the ground. I mean, Williams is smart. He throws it where only his guy's going to get it. It's not force a turnover. But they got to find an open man somewhere. They got to find something. We have a stoppage in play. We sure hope it's not a wasted timeout. And we got a little conversation by the officials randomly. Don't know what they're talking about. Let's see what they are. They all want to have a little say in this. And what they come out with is this official is going to not say a word. Oh, no, there was an illegal block, I believe. So there was a flag somewhere that I did not see. No, they're just going back, right? Pretend nothing happened. We're back in action. They just wanted to have a little team meeting. Back to the line we go. So Williams, out of the gun, finally gets his okay. The offensive line finally gets set. 2nd and 10 on what I'm going to call a must-score drive for the Bulldogs. I mean, the defense turnovers, things can happen quicker, but you got 10 minutes left. You're down 2 possessions. You need to answer. You need to answer. You need to show you can. Through the air it goes. This one's caught up the middle between the hashes. Did the ball hit the ground? Uh-oh, the Patriots are making a signal. Oh, no, this could be trouble. Look for the official ruling. And I think it's going to be Bulldog ball, and it is safely the Bulldogs ball. And that was a nice play by the Bulldogs. That's going to move the chains. Nice pass and catch by Williams. And nice job by that offensive line. The offensive line is doing a good job tonight. Defensively, it really, since the second quarter, Bulldogs won the second quarter, since the second quarter, yeah. It's been the front eight hasn't really found an answer to Tolson. So, out of the gun, we got Williams and Tuck out of the backfield. 1st and 10, Westerly, midfield, just near it, 47-yard line. He's going to play action. He's looking for it all in one. He throws it down the middle, just overshoots his man. Decent coverage by the Patriots. I don't want to say he was wide open, but there was room to drop one in. On a perfect night, it would have fell in there. Things aren't turning out so perfect here in the second half for this Bulldog team. Folks, we are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio. This production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, Wireless Zone, the Knickerbocker Music Center Live, Tim Killam for Wesley School Committee, Lori Wycall for Wesley School Committee, and Caswell Cook for State Senate. 20-10 the score. Fourth quarter action, live from Portsmouth High School.
And he's brought down by Henry Rodriguez, also helping out.
3rd down and 10 for the Bulldog. 4th down and 10, correction. And they'll move it now that we missed a play here. See where they got to. All right, they almost cut it in half. We'll say 4th and the biggest long 5 yards they've had to get this season. Because you're giving the Patriots the ball in prime real estate if you don't get it. And it's too late to give it back to them. So this here is a big play. This is an emotional play, folks. This is an emotional play on the field as well. If the Bulldogs pick it up, let me tell you, it can start the train rolling. If hands and bucks were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. My grandmother Mimi used to always tell me. So you got to do it, and you got to do it right now. 4th and 6. Gets the ball, looks quick to the left. He's looking, throws it to the hash. It's batted, and it comes down, and the Bulldogs aren't able to get it. And that's going to be a turnover. It was deflected, almost grabbed, and it would have been enough. That's going to be a turnover on downs, and this is an excited Portsmouth squad and a deflated Bulldog squad. It has been all Portsmouth in the second half. Didn't expect it this way, but that's football, folks. So this being the first league game of the season, Westerly gets no relief because next week they get a home game, and that's all fun and games. That's great, and they get Barrington. They get to host Barrington. And on the field tonight, Barrington's probably in action. I know in their division, Woonsocket's playing South Kingstown. There's a few games going on. But what matters is on the field right here, and time's a ticking. 10-point lead, Patriot ball, 1st and 10 midfield. We're bringing it to you live, and it's not fortunate right now, folks. This Bulldogs squad, man, they held the pace in the first half. They really did, in the second quarter especially. The officials moving the ball here to the near side. And it's just been just a totally different situation in the second half. Bulldogs defensively not really there. Offensively, they haven't put any points up. Handoff up to shoot this time, and he breaks a couple tackles and moves. Number 22, that's Spears for the Patriots, and this thing is all Portsmouth now. They are back already at the 20, back to the Bulldog red zone. Hasn't been giving it away. That's Tolson for a long time today. He's been pounding them all day long, either up the middle, off tackle. He pitched it once, he's passing it, and now he gives it to Spears. Ingram Spears has been there all day, who shoots up the middle and then scoots to the outside. Had a lane, broke a couple tackles, but there were gaps. And the answer for the Patriots is immediate. They're in scoring position again, 1st and 10. And momentarily here, folks, this may not even look like it was a close game, let alone the Bulldogs having the lead at half. 2 backs in the backfield, out of the gun. And he gives it off again. There's a little bit of room, and he gains a few. So Spears now working down the Bulldog defense. who has been on the field seemingly this entire second half.
Providing the defense for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs backs to their own end zone. And the Patriots come out of the huddle. We are just under 8 minutes to go in this one, and time's ticking away, running out of time. And that's a beautiful play by the Bulldog defensive line. The whole line gets involved in it. Andre Adams leads the way. Andre Adams has had a nice day. He's one of the Bulldogs' 2 guards. He's had a nice day on the offensive line. But again, this offense really hasn't done much or anything in the second half either, I should say. They seemingly haven't had the ball much and haven't been able to get any throwing game together. Early in the season, I have it in front of me still, the previews and the journal and the different magazines and the different newspapers. And the Bulldogs admitted, the coaches admitted they don't have a steady long threat yet, passing-wise. It was going to be mixes of shorter passes, bursts, slants, outs, and things like that. Well, they're not finding openings. They found a few in the Charahoe game, 41 yards through the air, which isn't a whole lot, but it was enough to stretch a defense. They really haven't been able to use their throwing game as a threat here against the Patriots. The Patriots' coverage has been there all day, and Patriots are there to gain a few more yards on that play as the referees are placing the ball, and time is now ticking, ticking, ticking. The Bulldogs looking like it. Well, still time, folks. 20-10, fourth quarter. Big 3rd down and 10. Bulldogs could make a huge stop here. I mean, you get the ball 6 minutes, plenty of time. Coach Dunbar has done it in less. And that's going to go against the Patriots, which is a huge break for the Bulldogs. So let's see. Big play for the Bulldogs. Can they take emotion? Can they take a little bit of momentum back here? You want field position back, too. Do you risk rushing and leaving an open spot? This is where the coach comes in, and I'm not the master behind, I'm not the wizard behind it all. I just know that you need to compensate here for number 4. He's even in the game anymore. And, yes, he certainly is. Out of the gun. 2 in the backfield. And he keeps it, run right behind him, and he's going to go. And he's got room straight up the middle. Home run, Portsmouth. He's going to go all the way, reversing his field. Touchdown, number 4, Neil Tolson. The Bulldogs have had no answer. I don't see a flag, and this thing doesn't look all that close anymore. And, folks, unfortunately, it shouldn't. Portsmouth has owned the second half. They have scored 20 unanswered second half points and are about to attempt a 21st. The score is now 26-10, awaiting the extra point. And now things have become, find an adjective for beyond difficult, and insert, because that's where the Bulldogs are at right now. There are positives. There weren't as many penalties, folks. And that's a real thing. You got a whole season to go, and one loss does not end a season. I preached this game how important it was, and it is. Losing this game now, folks. I never said if they lose, their season's done. I said it's going to matter at the end of the year. Now, this puts pressure on the Bulldogs to win damn near every other game, folks, and that's no joke. They got Barrington next week, and I'm going to tell you, if they want to fight in Division II, next week's a must-win. There's no joke about that. Barrington is in 2B South, or 2B, excuse me. So is Portsmouth. Portsmouth just took you out here. You got to take Barrington out to even hang with them. And then you got to win your league games. You got to keep winning your league games. And maybe Portsmouth drops one throughout the year. Who knows? But with only one loss, you're going to get to a postseason. With 2 losses, you may even get to a postseason. But I'll tell you what, your losses, unfortunately, you can't come in and drop to Portsmouth and Barrington consecutively. So you got to hope next week that all you Bulldog fans listening, tune in. Bulldog fans will be at the stadium. They always are. It's going to be a huge, huge event because it's a I'm telling you, folks, it's a season changer next week. It really is. This was big. This was enormous for the season, especially if you're looking, you want a regular season championship or whatever it might be, a 1 seed. But if you want a playoff berth, you can lose a game, and you come back, you make your adjustments. Like I said, they clearly made a lot of good adjustments. They only, penalty-wise, I don't know how many they've had. They've added a few here since things have gotten out of hand, a little bit more sloppiness. But while it was a game, they played a cleaner game, and they held time of possession in that second quarter. In that first half, the adjustments at the half, advantage Patriots. They missed their extra point there. That was 2 missed extra points. They scored a touchdown on special teams against the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have given up 20 unanswered points here in the second half. With about 6 minutes to go in this one, out of the gun, Williams tucked to the right in the backfield, trips to the near side. Like I said, it's been great coverage all night. It's been good blocking by the offensive line. Williams hasn't gotten beat up, and he hasn't thrown all that poorly. Quick throw, and that's going to be to Nelson, and he's going to gain a few. Still a little wide receiver screen, as you see. Morin has slipped out and come over to make a block, but a couple linebackers. Portsmouth with quick linebackers. Portsmouth comes to play 4 quarters, there's no doubt. Bulldogs do as well. Just no answer to the options that the Portsmouth Patriots threw out there offensively. Tolson, I don't know his total yardage. I'll know it next week because the yardages and the rankings are definitely going to swing here after everything's added up this week compared to last week. Nelson in motion. He's going to roll Williams to the far side. He's going to throw across his body, and that one's going to be caught by Nelson. Nice play by the Bulldog offense, 45-yard line. Wondering where that might have been in the third quarter to loosen things up. It's frustrating, I know, folks, but it's football. And now the defense is stepping back a little bit. They're probably playing in a cover 3 situation, leaving 3 deep, no one getting over the top of their defense. I'm not even looking at that. I'm just kind of looking at what the big picture was here for the Bulldogs. I'm thinking more than even watching in front of me, and what the Bulldogs do to solve this problem, and what other teams are going to do, what tactics they're going to use to attack the Bulldogs, and especially defensively. And nice throw. There was no room. He rolled to the right side the whole way. That man had coverage over the top and underneath. Nice job cover 2 by the Patriots. And there's just been great coverage. And defensively, this second half, you got to assume that all these other teams that, well, hey, watch this stream or watch their video footage of this game, they're going to attempt to defend the Bulldogs in this exact manner. They really are. They've given up 10 points. A field goal and a touchdown is doing one hell of a job when you got 2 All-Staters on offense, 1 at tackle, and your running back's a returning All-Stater as well. Williams, a candidate for All-State as a senior at quarterback, and to be able to hold him to 10 this long, even that one completed over the middle to number 1, Rexus, who is spun violently after a short gain. And time is ticking away here. 3rd and long for the for the Bulldogs. And like I said, without that home run threat, 16-point deficits in the fourth are almost impossible to come back from. They really are. The Bulldogs they're not a grinded-out team by any means. They're a spread team that can throw the ball and run it anywhere from sideline to sideline. But 16 points in 6 minutes is tough. And there's less than that now. He throws over the top. Can he drop it in his man's hands? And he doesn't. Nearly dropped it into a defender. There's a lot of guys over the top, as I mentioned. They're not going to let anyone get behind him for a quick score for the Bulldogs, who are going to have 4th down here and what is probably going to be their final offensive possession of the game. And we saw a lot of things here tonight. Saw some good, saw some real unfortunate, I'll say. Unfortunate whole second half, really. And the Patriots, they come together and they played one heck of a second half. Give credit where credit is due. You got to. They found an answer to the Westerly offense. The offense was completely stymied here in the second half for the entire half. And offensively for the Patriots, Neil Tolson made great decisions all day. And he just attacked the Bulldog defense, who couldn't find an answer. They couldn't find an answer when he followed him up to shoot. They couldn't find an answer anywhere he went, and that is going to do it, folks, I think.
And then we'll have the cheerleading handoff.
And we are at the 2-minute warning, 4th down for the Bulldogs. So this one wrapping up here, folks. No quit, Bulldogs. Definitely going to see what they can do here. Score quick, onside kick, never quit. I don't know. I do know that we are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio, folks, and we are going to bring you on the 20th. We shall return, and the Bulldogs football team will be back, folks. Have no fear. They'll make the adjustments they need. They will improve, and they will move on, and they will be a factor in the playoff run this season. I can promise you that. I have full faith in the athletes on the field and the coaches that coach them. That being said, on the 20th, we're going to bring you some varsity boys soccer. We just came off a varsity girls soccer game of victory. They are 2-0 in the league, having a heck of a start. Girls varsity volleyball on the 21st. They're 3-0. They're having a heck of a start as well. So that's going to be Wednesday. We're going to bring you that. And then Friday night, South Jerry Field. We're going to have Barrington in town. No treat for the Bulldogs. That's the schedule next week. Here could be the last play for the Bulldogs offensively if they don't get a first down to move the chains. Williams rolling to the wide side. And he's looking for somebody. There's just nobody there. And he can't even throw it away. He's taken down. Great defense by this Patriot team. I can't say a word. I mean, the coverage on every rollout this entire game has been fantastic against this Bulldog offense. They've had every answer. 4:26 to go. Bulldogs may get the ball back, but you know they're just going to pound it out. You're going to see a little bit more of Ingram Spears, who's been there all day, and he's a weapon. He really is. You've seen spurts of him. They just haven't needed it. He's been one heck of a lead blocker as well. Let me tell you, when Tolson pulls it back and follows him, that's like a bullet coming through the hole. And the Patriots are going to take the line. They have shown that they do not tire as well. Time of possession. Well, in reality, it's been pretty close in the second half here. Well, no, I can't say that at all. It's been advantage Patriots. Everything's been advantage Patriots in the second half, as much as I want to make it pretty. Sometimes the truth is ugly. And that one is going to be Spears up to shoot for a gain of a couple. And they're just going to let the clock tick, I think. I don't know if the Bulldogs have their timeouts on board. And I don't say the Bulldogs will let the clock tick. I think that Portsmouth is going to just kind of grind it down and maybe get 3 or 4 yards of play. Move the chains 1 time, 2 times. It's been a good night of football. This was a much better game than the scoreboard would indicate, folks. If you watch the whole thing, you would know that. You've seen it. Unfortunately, man, that second half, it's been a big swing. I'm trying to pick an adjective because it went from advantage Bulldogs to 100% Patriots second half. 20-0. You can't say much about it. He's going to follow his man. He cuts back to the near side. He being Tolson. Spears led the way, and Tolson didn't like it right up the shoot. Cut it off tackle, found the edge, and is going to gain about 4 on the play. Keep the clock moving. 3rd down and about 3 yards for the Patriots. So a gain of about 4 on that one. And they're pounding it, and the clock's ticking. And the Bulldogs pretty much now are allowing it to go down. Maybe call a timeout on 4th down. Been out of only a couple formations all night long, this Patriot team. They have not needed to sway from them. And that's a handoff up to shoot. He goes, and he's got room. Bulldozing his way forward for another Patriot first down. Number 22, Ingram Spears up to shoot. And the Bulldogs unable to find an answer for this Patriot offense. 1st and 10, 26-10 the score. 2:26 to go in this one here, folks. So unfortunately, the final numbers are not going to go in favor of our Bulldogs, but I promised you they will be back, and they will be back in a vengeance. I can vouch for that. There's no doubt. High snap reeled in by Tolson. Couple moves, and he makes it a gain. Gained about 3 before he is gang tackled. Never even really hit the ground. But he gained a couple, and he keeps the clock running, and that's going to run down. And we are under 2 minutes in this ball game. And like I said, the Bulldogs are going to be back, and they're going to be back with a vengeance because they know they have a challenge with Barrington coming to town next week. And I promise you, they're going to be ready. This coaching staff they're going to show up every hole that they've seen here today. Like I said, it's been a game of two halves. You didn't get blown out in 4 quarters of football. You got to figure out what the hell went wrong in the third and the fourth quarter of football because you won the first 2. You can't forget that. This is a game of 2 halves. Break it down. Don't look at it as one big anomaly and it was all awful because it wasn't. It was a good first half of football, and then something went haywire. And it's still moving, breaking tackles. Spears cuts it back up the middle, and even the tackle pushes him forward 4 yards. It took 4 Bulldogs and a few broken tackles, and then McLeod says he's had enough and buries him to the ground from behind, and he's limping off the field. And that's what happens when Mitch McLeod drives you to the turf. So that'll be the end of the night for him. And these Bulldogs can hit, and they hit hard, and they hit it for 4 quarters. They're frustrated right now, though. That wasn't enough for a first down. And the clock will tick under a minute. The Bulldogs are going to let him kneel it at this point. This should do it. Number 12's in now. The quarterback is out of the ball game. They're running out of a gun. I would have assumed a kneel down. And there is a timeout, Patriots. And that is unusual with 42 seconds to go. They call timeout. Clock will stop here in the 4th with a 16-point lead. So, back to the drawing board they go. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer Shane Belanger. We have Lisa Ann True behind the lens. We are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio, and we are bringing you Bulldog football. Unfortunately, we're not bringing you the results we would like. But we will be back in action for you on Tuesday, boys varsity soccer, Wednesday, girls varsity volleyball, both teams, and the girls soccer team all off to good starts. And then Friday Night Lights again, this time at Salvo Jerry Field. Take 2 next week, the Eagles in town. And the Bulldogs will make the adjustments. They will be ready. They will have a packed house. Tune in, folks, all week long, because all of these sport teams in the fall here, folks, they got teams. They have squads. This volleyball team's unbeaten. We've covered there. A lot of fun to watch. Both soccer squads off to a great start. The girls team got their second. They're 2-0 in the division. Boys team got another win last night. So things looking bright in the fall sports season. The Bulldogs going to move to 1-1. This kneel down is going to do it for this one. So they're going to look and make their adjustments, and they're going to have to win, I don't know, every one. Maybe they can afford one more the rest of the way, and it can't be this week. Bulldogs, I'm going to call it a must-win versus Barrington. That's next week, folks, on the 23rd. So tune in. I'm calling it right here. They're going to have to put it on the field. They're going to have to bring it to Salvo Jerry Field. The final, Portsmouth Patriots 26, Westerly Bulldogs 10. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We are signing off. See you Tuesday, folks.
Westerly 10. Thank the Bulldogs from Westerly High School coming out tonight. We ask that you please exit the stadium. Please take your trash with you. Be careful. Drive safe. And as always, thank you for supporting Portsmouth Athletics.